I'm joined now by Cecilia Peck, director and executive producer of Escaping Twin Flames, and Keely Griffin, a survivor of the Twin Flames experience, who tonight celebrates exactly 3 years free of the group. Keely, were you glad you made it out? Can you tell us how they pull people in? Can anyone fall for it?
Yeah, I was extremely fortunate to get out, and I felt very grateful once I realized what it was and that I had left and escaped and gotten out safely or at that point. And yes, unfortunately, anyone can fall prey to coercion or coercive tactics. Coercive control exists everywhere within our society, and anyone can fall victim to it.
Keely, I mean, how did you snap out of the cult spell and get yourself out? I mean, did you find your twin flame? I mean, did they feel like everything that was promised to you?
Oh no, I mean, it was all a lie, one giant web of lies that just kept getting worse and worse. And I think over time, it took about 6 months of this like waking up for me to finally leave. It was a long process. I had to basically deprogram myself in order to leave. My mind was so twisted, and I had watched so many hours of these classes and done so many of these meditation sessions that just messed with my memories and my mind and my ability to think critically.
Do you ever find yourself waking up in the morning or going throughout your day and have to remind yourself that you're free, that this is your life?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think about it almost every day. I mean, less now since it's been a few years, but I mean, I remember that first month of being free, I just felt like I had just landed on this planet and everything was brand new. Like I could go outside and like eat the foods that I wanted, and just even being outside felt like a privilege at that point because I hadn't gone outside in like a year at that point. So
I mean, that's just incredible. I think, like, I mean, I know having control taken away. I mean, I wasn't allowed to eat unless my captors gave me food. I wasn't allowed to drink unless they gave me water. But like, I'm just so proud of you. Well done. Well done for escaping. Well done for moving on. Cecilia, congrats on the film. How did you start investigating cults in the first place?
Someone I had worked with on another film had invited me to a women's group, and she was very persistent about it and said it would change my life. And then a year later, she called and said, and I never went only because I was settled in my life with my career and my family, and I wasn't interested in the group. But she mentioned actresses who were part of it, and she then called and said that she had been in a cult and she was being pressured to recruit me into it. So that was my introduction to the cult called Nexium. And we made a series called Seduced Inside the Nexium Cult about that group. And it started our interest in exploring these groups that seem very positive and beneficial at the beginning, but then turn out to be very abusive and exploitative. So we had launched a website after that series for cult survivors or people trying to leave these groups. And Keely reached out, I think, on the day you left Twin Flames Universe, just wanting to tell people about
three
the
years
group.
ago,
And 3 years ago
to
today,
this
I
day,
think, and
yeah.
Keely wanted to warn other women of the red flags of groups like this. And that's why we make these series, is to really show people how beneficial and positive it can seem, but how dangerous it can become, and also to highlight the courage of women like Keely who are willing to tell their stories to help other people get out of these groups or maybe not join one.
Keely, it started as an online community, but when does that change? How does that change?
Yeah, so it started as an online community, which I think made it seem less cult-like at the beginning or less likely to be a cult. So I think that was part of what drew people in or allowed us to get manipulated into it further. But eventually it did start to become more of a traditional on the grounds cult, and they're currently building a compound, and people are moving to the area where Jeff and Cecilia live in Traverse City, Michigan, and they're building a church compound type of thing there. So unfortunately, it's heading in the trajectory of a lot of the past cults that we've seen.
And, you know, when I saw this, it just blew my mind. I could hardly believe it. But is it true? Like, was there really forced gender reassignment for members? I mean, were they really like trying to change people at their core of who they are? Like, even on a physical level?
Yeah, it's my opinion that that is the case. There's a lot of evidence to show. There's hundreds of hours of video footage that I tried to provide the producers to show that this is happening, to show that the people who are going through these transitions did not actually come to Jeff and Cecilia with this idea themselves. This was implanted in them through these meditation exercises that they were forced to undergo. And it was Jeff and Cecilia's idea. So, but we do still want to respect the members and their current gender and sexuality identities. And yeah, just give them the respect they deserve. But I think that Jeff and Cecilia are very good at manipulating people and have absolutely manipulated these people into changing their entire identities, gender and sexuality, some of the most intimate identities that you have.
The story is just unbelievable. Congratulations on making it out. 3 years. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.